Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we're doing something completely different. I'm looking at a new simulator, a new driving simulator, something that I've never looked at before. I've never considered it. I've seen a few clips of it on YouTube. It does look very, very good. Is it going to fill the need for me to really get into my Porsche career in my single player mode? I don't know. The word has it this is more of an online game than a single player mode. But by what I've seen, I think we can create a career with it, just like I've explained to you on my other videos. You can create a career with anything offline in single player mode. But is there enough content there? Does it look good enough? Does it sound good enough? Does it feel good enough to fulfill my desire to be a Porsche racing car driver? Let's have a look at it. I'll tell you what I like and what I don't like. I've just had a quick practice with it so I could set it up. So here we go, guys. Let's check out Le Mans Ultimate. Coming right up. If you enjoy casual sim racing or you like Porsche racing, hit that subscribe or give us a thumbs up or make a cheeky little comment and become part of the team. But right now, it's time to drive, so let's head on down to the track. Right, here we are in the main menu, guys. That's a beautiful looking picture there, isn't it? Maybe I should turn my dial off and just take a screenshot of that. That does look beautiful. Okay, so here we are in the main menu. So let's have a look at what we've got for single player mode. That's mostly my interest, is single player mode. I build my career around single player mode. Not to say that I cannot be swayed and moved and inspired to get into online racing. I've often thought about it but never done it. You know, it's hard for an old guy to change. The older you are, the harder it is to change and get into new stuff. It can be a little bit scary, but maybe this game is it going to be the one that pushed me over the lines, kicking and screaming, and actually get into online racing, esport. But first of all, I'm going to start with single player mode and have a bit of a career that way. Now, just to let you know, I bought the whole package, okay, the whole shaboodle. There are 4 DLC packs as well. I bought the whole package deal. It's a really good price on Steam at the moment. But with all the add-on package deals, I paid $100 Kiwi dollars, and that bought me the base game plus all the extra add-ons that I need. I don't want to be going back and looking for this and looking for that and adding this one, then trying to install them, then installing this, but I just wanted to do it in one big foul swoop. Just like pulling a tooth out. You don't want to spend 2 weeks wiggling it, you just want to yank it out. So I yanked the whole tooth out, guys. Have I done the right thing, or have I wasted my money? Let's have a look. Race weekend, I think that's where we're going to spend most of our time, is single player mode. So we'll go into here. Backup saves. We've got some backup saves here for when I've done my practices to get my setups right. I tried to get all the settings right. I went into my controls. I did that in about 30 seconds. That was easy as. Very, very easy. A few button assignments. 30 seconds, 45 seconds tops. That was very cool. I like that. Now, in here we've got the options. The World Endurance Championship. And we've got a good selection of tracks here. I think there's 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If I want Silverstone, if I click on Silverstone, I view it in store. I've got to go ahead and buy that one. So there'll be a lot of extra tracks that you will need to buy. And I think there will be a couple, especially Silverstone, you know, some of these ones that I like. But I won't be spending a lot of money, guys. I may get 2 or 3 extra tracks later if I feel I'm going to spend a lot of time on this, and that's a big if. So we've got these tracks here, a good selection of tracks. I like what we've got there. That is good. So we choose a track. Okay, car. Let's have a look at the cars. Here's all the cars. They got the hypercars, all the beautiful hypercars there. LMP2. Now, I'm not really into these cars, guys, to be honest. They don't blow my skirt up. They don't get me excited. I don't know what it is. They're beautiful cars. They go like stink. But they just don't seem to excite me. I like the Porsches. They look like a Porsche. They feel like a Porsche. They've got that classic sort of shape to them, just like the Ferraris and the Lamborghinis. I love those sort of classic shapes rather than these that are built just for the track and not for the road or anyone else to enjoy, only for those racing car drivers. But let's have a look at GTE, and we'll go in here. And here we have got some Porsches, and they look good. Now here we can race, and we've got these brands, Aston Martin, and they look beautiful. Quite a few nice liveries there. If we want to have a bit of a drive in an Aston Martin, they look fantastic. We've got Porsches, a good selection of Porsches. Now these are all good for us guys who like offline racing, career mode, or single player mode. We can choose and drive any of these cars, guys. Quite a nice selection there. And of course the lovely Porsches. Only one model, I think, but we've got a good selection of liveries. The green, that would suit my company livery quite well, but I don't like the big teethy mouth at the front there. Sort of remind me, no, I don't like that at all. Sort of looks like me on a bad day, really. It's a bit scary, but I do like the colour. Maybe there's some more liveries for these Porsches we'll be able to purchase later. That would be quite nice. Or maybe they'll give us the option to paint them or colour them, like we have in some of the other games that are available. The yellow one is nice. I quite like that. That one is so-so. This one is yeah, I don't know about that. What else we got? We got this one, which is the classic sort of Le Mans colours for the Porsche, orange and the light blue. That is gorgeous. And we have got that one, no, and we have got this one. Now I like this one. I like this because it's silver, and my Porsche is silver, so there's a bit of a personal link there. It gives me a good feeling to have that personal link to reality to my car. So I think I will take the silver one, and we'll go back. Now we can adjust the session, the practice, the time, the qualifying time, the race. We can have it doesn't go by laps, it goes by time, does it? There's no laps. A rolling start, we have a rolling start, or we can have a fast start. I like the idea of a rolling start. The length of the race, we can clank it to 1 hour. I guess we can go right up to 24 hours, I guess. But time is always an issue for me, so I like to keep it down fairly short. I'll just do a quick 10-minute thing, because I'm just having a look at the simulator and showing you what it looks like on my computer and whether I can run it or not, and see how I feel about it. Okay, so we will go into this, guys, a race weekend. We'll start with our practice, and we are at the Autodrome Imola. So let's start, and let's just have a look, see what it looks like. But I do like the look of that car. That Porsche looks nice. Now the loading time, I found before, the first time I got it going, was quite long. I think it was something like 2 minutes or more. I'm used to long loading times, guys. I'm a flight simulator fanatic, Microsoft Flight Simulator. So what we do is we click go, and then we head out and make our coffee. That's the time you go out, mow the lawns, go out for a haircut, do your shopping, make a cup of tea, come back, and then maybe the game is ready to go. When I was doing my setups, trying to get my settings right and my assignments, I think it got down to 1 minute 15 seconds. But whether this one is going to take longer or shorter, I don't know. It says 100% now, but I think there's still a bit of time to wait. I think I have loaded this track before. Yes, I have loaded this track before this morning doing my setup, so the second time you load it, it is quite fast. So that's good. It's only that really long time to wait if it's your first time. So here we are. Here are the practice sessions. Here's our weather up here. It's looking good. We've got 30 minutes. Qualifying, we've got 30 minutes. And then our race is 10 minutes. So here's everyone here. So let's head out onto the track and see how this drives. Have a look at our frame rate. Have a look at the sounds. And have a look at the real estate and the beautiful cars. Here we go. Now one thing I don't like, guys, and I don't like to start on a negative note, really, but the mirrors. I've got a big mirror, a virtual mirror at the top, and I've got my backing camera here on the dash. I do not need both of them, but it seems if I turn off my mirror, the backing camera turns off. You definitely, and plus I've got my side mirrors going. You do not need all these mirrors, guys. You either have your virtual mirror or your backing camera. For realism, I would rather be able to turn off the virtual mirror and just have the backing camera. But you don't seem to have that option. Right, let's not complain. Let's drive around and have a look and see how this feels. Wow, the graphics, look at those trees. They look awesome. Right, here we go. Now the other thing I noticed when I first came out was the sound. The sound of these engines. Listen to it. Listen to that deep bass roar. It's got a lot of mid to lower tones in there. It's not a sort of a tinny, weak, sort of a high-pitched sort of a sound. I mean, I know some engines are naturally high-pitched, but the quality, the depth of the engine sound with that mid and lower bass tones in there, it just rattles your guts. It feels awesome and it sounds great. I know in my real Porsche when I drive it and I plant boot, that's the feeling I get. I get that deep roar of the engine that shakes your guts and it just sounds awesome. And when the other GT cars drive past me, and they're usually driving past me, I'm not usually passing them, I also hear their engines and they've got that deep bassy roar as they head off, and it sounds like this. Slightly different because these are highly tuned racing cars. I'm talking about street Porsches here, GT3s, GT4s, but they all have that deep raw sort of sound to the motor. This one has got that, guys. Really liking those sounds of the engine. As a real Porsche driver and owner, I'm liking that. Now there are other things I can hear in the car as well. I can hear some shakes and some rattles. I won't go too fast. I'm still getting the hang of this car and the way everything is, the dynamics and the way these cars run. It's quite twitchy, very, very responsive. So there's the sound, which was the first thing that impressed me. The second thing that impressed me was the smoothness of it. It is so smooth. I put it on a par with Automobilista 2, possibly even smoother. As you know, my machine is not new. It's probably 3 years old now. Could be longer. And this is smooth. The frame rate is... I don't know what the number of the frame rate would be, but it's just smooth, guys. Smooth as ice. So we've got two good pluses there so far. One, the sound is awesome, and two, it runs beautiful on my machine, and I've got things turned up reasonably high. If you look at the real estate, the buildings and the trees, they all look beautiful. Stay out of these guys' way, they're going fast. I'm just merandering around talking to you, trying to get the feel of this car. Okay, what don't I like? Well, one, the mirrors. Two, not sure if I like the steering. The steering reminds me
11.98.
The steering reminds me a little bit of Project Motor Racing, which is okay, but you have to fine tune it quite a bit. So the steering it's not as smooth and manageable and fluent as Automobilista or Assetto Corsa. So that's going to take some time to get used to. I haven't looked into the settings yet on how I can adjust and tune the steering. But I don't like it as much as I do the steering and the fluidity in Automobilista or Assetto Corsa. I mean, it might be perfectly fine. Once I get used to it and it clicks, it will probably be perfectly fine. But for a start, there's a bit of a learning curve with the steering. I don't know how to explain it. You can steer it like this, left to right, but if I'm doing a really sharp turn, I've turned the wheel right round to do a sharp turn, the steering becomes animated. It doesn't sort of follow your hand, it just moves, it becomes animated, until you go back to this range again where you're only making small adjustments. I'm not sure if I'm explaining it correctly, but on the slow corners, I think you're only going to notice that on the hairpins. When you're going into a hairpin, it is a whole new feel.
14.75.
It's a whole new feel as you go into a hairpin with the steering. But just a normal corner, like these ones, it's absolutely fine. There's a few marks on the windscreen. Maybe that's a bit of bird poop or a bit of dust or dirt. I like that, the way the windscreen seems to be a little bit dirty. Needs a bit of a clean and a wipe over. I like that. The other thing I'm liking is my lap times are called out over the radio. That is more realistic. Because I like the HUD turned off as much as I can. Saves any distractions and it's more realistic. But getting your information over the radio is realistic. So I do like that. The sound! It rattles your dentures, guys. It really does. You can feel it in your gut. Beautiful. Now I know there's people that have probably dumped a lot of negativity on this game, just like Project Motor Racing. I was one of the first doing videos on that, and I was telling everyone how good it was, how much I was enjoying it, how I loved it, and boy did I get dumped on. Man, people were really criticizing me, basically telling me I was stupid, the game was crap and rubbish. But I stuck to my guns. I said it's a good game, I'm enjoying it, I'm having fun, I like it. And that's the way it is here, guys.
3.40.
I don't care what other people say. I don't care what the big time YouTubers think of something. I care what I think about it. I go by what I feel, how it feels to me, how it looks to me, how it runs on my machine. Is it immersive? Am I having fun? This is what I go by. This is what I base my opinions on, not what other people think or what other people say. I can tell you the things I don't like, and I'm very, very happy to rant and rave about the things that I love without the fear of retribution. And I've got to say, I'm loving this. And this is the dangerous thing about reviews, guys. You'll see the big time YouTubers dumping on it and saying all this negative things and how it's bad and pointing out all the bad things. But that's their job. They're here to get clicks, they're here to get likes and comments. That's how they make their money. They've got to stir people up to get them into the comments so that they can get more, the algorithms will get them more money organised. They're here for clicks and likes. So they will dump on every new game that comes out. Every new driving game that comes out, they will be dumping on it, telling you why it's so bad and why it's no good, so they can get clicks and likes. But you ask them, okay, what is the best simulator game on the market? They won't tell you. And you know why they won't tell you? Because they don't bloody know. And if they did tell you, if they did say to you, if they did tell you and said Assetto Corsa Competizione or whatever is the best simulator on the market, you know why they don't tell you? Because they lose half their subscribers and their money income would go down and they would get hammered because a lot of people would disagree with them. So they're never going to tell you what they feel the #1 best simulator is, driving simulator, because they just don't know. And at the end of the day, nobody does, because it's all relative. It's all relative to what each individual likes, each individual enjoys. Some people play the original Assetto Corsa and say it's the best game that's ever come out, and to them it is. So that's great. Everyone to their own. So they will never tell you, if you're looking for the best racing simulator, don't go to the big time YouTubers doing all their reviews, guys. It will put you off and you will never enjoy anything. All you will do is drive and see all the bad things and the bad points. Just find one that you love driving, it runs well on your machine, it's got the nice tracks, the nice cars that you enjoy. That's it. That is the world's #1 best simulator for you. So how do I feel this compares with the other ones that I drive? I feel Automobilista 2 is 70% simulator, 30% driving game. Assetto Corsa Competizione
time was a 2:40.50.
Competizione, I feel, is about an 85%, 80% simulator, maybe 20% driving game. But this one, I've yet to put the hours and the miles in, guys. But going by how it feels, going by the graphics, look at the hills and the trees up there, the colour is just beautiful. Going by the sounds, going by the feel of the car, going by the graphics. I feel this is probably 90%, 85% at least simulator, 15% driving game. I mean, I can feel what the tyres are doing, I can feel the track, I can feel every bump. Let this guy go. Let's have a look at the replay mode, guys, see how it looks. It won't be fast because I've not been doing fast lap times. But let's just have a look here and see how the replay mode works. We've got a timeline here, we can pull it along and we can change our views here. Let's have a look. Oh yes, that looks good. Oh, the sound! The sound! Oh, bit of smoke, a bit of sparks. Going quite slow here, but right, well, let's go to the let's head into the pits and see how that looks like. See what it looks like. Do we get all the pit crew putting on the tires? Do we see them all in their overalls and their helmets, putting on all the tires, working on the tools? What is the level of detail and immersion like inside the pits? Let's have a look at that. The cockpit looks great, guys. I can see look at the cloth on the dashboard there up by the windscreen. You can almost reach up and brush off the dust with your hand. The felt and the textures of those materials are very, very textile. Okay, so we've got a driving line and it sort of comes into here. Whoops, I overshot that. Let's go back. It's not automatic, you do actually have to drive up to the correct spot. Okay, here we are. Outside view. Well, there's no pit crew, guys. There are no people running out, putting tyres on, cleaning your windscreen. Maybe during a race there will be, I'm not sure. So it doesn't have all that special eye candy that I can see yet. But to be perfectly honest with you, it's not a deal breaker for me. I'm here to drive on the track. I want nice cars. I want a nice cockpit. I want good immersive sound. And I want that feel of the car sliding and bumping and going over every little, going over the marbles, sliding around the corners. That's what I want. I want the wheel-to-wheel, door-handle-to-door handle racing immersion. I'm not too worried about all the little other eye candy stuff, guys. I really don't. You've got a beautiful big Ferris wheel up there going around. If we didn't have that, I wouldn't care two hoots. I wouldn't care if there were no cars in the car park. I just want a smooth driving experience and some good immersion while I'm doing my qualifying and my racing. That's what I want. Beautiful cars, beautiful cockpits, good looking tracks. Everything else is just a side issue for me that I can take or leave. So not having some of this eye candy stuff and having a nice, beautiful, smooth driving experience with excellent frame rate, for me, that is great. And to be perfectly honest with you guys, I am liking the look of this. All I've got is single player mode, is race weekend, but I've got a selection of cars to choose, all my favorite cars. And I can set up a career mode just with a championship or a race weekend. I can set up a whole career. And I like it. Look at that Porsche parked at the side there. I mean, these graphics, there's a guy there letting us out onto the track. We've got lights there. It was green, but apparently if you go through a red light there, you will be penalized. Is this the game that pushes me over into live racing online? I think it could be. I'm feeling a little bit excited, guys. I gotta be honest. I'm not just here to dump on new games. I'm here to talk about the things I don't like. But if I really like it and I get excited, I'm happy to tell you how I'm feeling, guys. I'm not worried about any big time YouTubers or people criticizing me for being shallow or not realistic. I'm just telling you what I like and how I feel, and I'm liking this. I particularly love the way the dashboard looks. It's textile, you can see the felt and all the cloth and everything, so you've got good immersion in the cockpit. I like the fact that when you look to the right, it snaps straight away. Look to the left, it snaps. It doesn't animate or slide around slowly. When you want to see if anyone's beside you, you want to see it in a split second. Now I think if I put my seat forward a bit, slide my seat forward, there we go. I look to the left, to the right, it snaps very, very fast, a split second. I need to see who's beside me. I like that. But this may be the one. This may be the game that pushes me over the line into online racing, guys. There's going to be a lot of people upset. Oh yes, if I get into online racing, it's going to upset a lot of people. Because I tell you, if anyone gets beaten by a guy as old as me, they are going to be walking the mile of shame, guys. But the chances of me beating anyone online, well, there's about 1,000,000 to 1. But it sounds like fun, it sounds like a real challenge, and maybe this is the game that gets me excited enough to start my online racing career. Who knows? I'm going to spend some more time driving around, trying out some of the tracks, some of the cars, seeing how it feels. And maybe on my next video we do a full-on race weekend and a complete race in this beautiful, amazing Porsche. Let me know how you feel. Let me know what you think. Sorry, mate. Let me know what you think in the comments of Le Mans Ultimate. Tell me what your favorite simulator is, what you like about it, and what you don't like about it. Look, be objective, but at the same time, Be honest. I'm liking this, guys. I'm liking it. Okay, thanks for watching. Subscribe and let me know in the comments what you think. What have you seen today that you like or what you don't like? But I'm prepared to take a risk and push this one a bit further and delve in and do some more races, get a career mode started, and just see how it feels. It's obviously at the moment running very, very smooth. I've never heard about any stability issues, so let's hope it is stable. After my experience with Project Motor Racing, I'm really hoping I get something as good as this, that looks as good as this, feels good, and is stable and smooth. So far, so good. Fingers crossed. See you on the next video, guys. Thanks for watching. Over and out.